It's the 10th largest city in the United States, the third largest in the state of California behind Los Angeles and San Diego. It's home to the San Jose Sharks and one of the safest big cities in the nation. With approximately 1 million people and 177 square miles, it's also the largest city in the San Francisco Bay Area. This is San Jose. And the San Jose Police Department is recognized as being one of the finest departments in the country. And when it comes to training their officers, it all starts right here at the San Jose Police Academy.
Police officers come from all walks of life. Some start their careers right out of college. Others were business people, and many served in the military. But before they become police officers, all of them spend time as recruits at the Police Academy. Now, join the recruits of the San Jose Police Academy as they prepare to step into the blue.
Hello and welcome to Step Into the Blue. I'm Dirk Parsons with the San Jose Police Department. Over the next several months, we're going to be providing you with a look inside the San Jose Police Academy as the recruits of Class 16 undergo 24 weeks of training. You'll not only see the training they receive, but also the challenges they face. So please join us and the recruits of Class 16 as they prepare to step into the blue. It's early on the first day of the academy, and the recruits arrive dressed in business suits. They'll wear those for the first few days only before switching over to the khaki-colored academy uniforms. Now, as far as those crisp dark blue uniforms that you'll see most police officers wearing, well, those will come later in the academy, and the recruits will have to earn the right to wear them. Some in the class are laterals, which means they've already worked as police officers somewhere else, and that includes 5 recruits who moved all the way from New York City to become San Jose police officers. We'll meet some of those recruits later on and find out why they headed west, but right now, San Jose Police Chief Rob Davis has a few welcoming words for the members of Class 16.
We value the experience that you are bringing to our agency. We value it. You're bringing something that we're looking for. I personally am not looking to have a bunch of clones running around here. We hire 50 people. We're going to get 50 different people with 50 different life experiences, 50 different backgrounds, perhaps in different language skills, different religious backgrounds. You fill in the blanks. That's not a bad thing. Of course, you're going to learn a San Jose style or the report writing program or formats and all these other things according to California law. But the bottom line is we value what you're bringing because of the life experience you bring. I have no interest in hiring automatons. So I want you to know up front that we value that experience that you're bringing.
The chief gathers the recruits for the oath of office. That's a pledge to uphold the Constitution and conduct oneself in an ethical manner. That expectation is reinforced the next day when Chief Davis again joins the recruits, but this time in the classroom for an 8-hour class on ethics. Chief Davis is the only police chief that we know of who teaches such an academy class, and he explains why he feels it's important for him to do so.
Ethics is the core of everything that you do in a law enforcement agency. So if you're really a great police officer, you understand ethics, the role that it plays in what you do, and the importance of it in the eyes of the community. So as the chief of police, I feel like if I come in here, it's very clear that it's a priority for our agency, that we take great pride in who we are, what we stand for, and that we do expect ethical behavior out of our officers. So I think when it comes directly from the chief of police, it's a very clear message about how important it is. And remember, this is the first day of their academy class as well. So first day, they have a class with the chief, and they're talking about ethics. So I think that's a clear message.
It also gives the chief a chance to meet and talk with the recruits. We asked what his thoughts were after spending the day with them.
The nice thing about this particular class is there's so much life experience. A lot of people have been in the military that have served in the war theater. We have a lot of people with bilingual skills. They're from all over the world. We've got somebody here who speaks Arabic. We've got people who speak Tagalog. We've got somebody who was raised in Trinidad and Tobago. We have somebody who's coming from Mexico City. Again, a reflection of our community. So a lot of people, a lot of different cultural experiences, a lot of different religious experiences, a lot of different language skills that are coming here, interacting with who is in San Jose and the greater Bay Area. So again, just a real wide diversity of individuals and backgrounds and life experiences, which I think plays well as we try and interact with our community to do police work.
The Academy course is grouped into 41 areas of study called LDs, or learning domains. For example, today the recruits are learning LD2, which is an overview of the criminal justice system. It's being taught today by San Jose Police Captain Dave Hober. Captain Hober explains why it's so important that the recruits know and understand the curriculum of LD2.
The constitutional protections really, we talk about several different amendments to the Constitution. One of the biggest ones, and one of the most important, not that they're not all important, but truly the Fourth Amendment deals with search and seizure. And obviously what police officers do is they're interacting with people all the time. They do end up searching people, searching places. They seize items, they seize people. When we deal with arrests, that's what we're talking about with seizure. And we want to make sure that the police officers, and especially starting at this level, this is the basis and the foundation from which everything else derives. And so they need to understand that they need to protect people's constitutional rights.
While class instructors like Captain Hober are essential members of the Academy team, it's the TOs who interact with the recruits on a daily basis.
I was hired on as a training officer, TO, as most people call us, TO Niemeyer. Some call us tactical officers, but we're primarily known as training officers to most people. Our job and function here at the Academy is very, very simple. We manage recruits on any and all levels, personnel issues, discipline issues. We manage their academic workload. We provide motivation, leadership, any kind of discipline.
At this point in the Academy, the discipline usually involves writing a memo, and sometimes it's for making what might seem to be a simple oversight or error in judgment, such as not shining your boots. But there's a reason for this strict adherence to the rules.
Because our attention to detail in this business is a lot different than someone working, let's say, at Kinko's or Jamba Juice. You miss an order over there, you know what, someone may lose out on a few dollars. But over here, we let them know that the smallest of details can mean the difference between a gun going click and a gun going bang. So we make sure that they're constantly checking and double checking, triple checking everything. Not just on their own equipment, but with their partners. We're not here to just build individuals. We want to build team members and eventual leaders for the department.
And building those leaders is a challenge for the TOs, especially with a class like this one that includes so many different backgrounds.
The difficult part as a TO with the staff when dealing with 56 recruits as we have now is that we do receive people from all across the board, whether it's a 21-year-old kid who's lived at home, has no experience, real life experience other than maybe working a part-time retail job, maybe a little bit of time working as a student at San Jose State. And we have from that one extreme all the way to the other end where we have a guy who maybe has done 2 or 3 tours overseas in Iraq, has been a decorated military leader.
As we mentioned earlier in the show, 5 members of Class 16 are former New York police officers.
Well, my name is John Robertson. I'm from New York. I was with NYPD for 2.5 years. I was assigned to the 10th Precinct in Manhattan. And essentially, I packed up my car and moved out here. Whatever I could squeeze in there. It was a long trip, over 3,000 miles. We made a few stops, but we had a great time. And weather was in our favor, so that worked out well. And it's a lot nicer here than it is back home.
I was also a New York City police officer. I worked in PSA 2 for about 1.5 years.
Now tell me about that. What is PSA?
It covers the housing developments in Brooklyn.
Okay. And so that stands for?
It's Police Service Area. It's still in NYPD, which is a different bureau. Our main jurisdiction is pretty much over the housing developments.
My background, my family's from Egypt. My parents came here, I believe, back in like 1980. My father came first, and then my mom came around 1982, and I was born in the States, actually in the Bronx. So from there, I was growing up a little differently, but worked out well, I guess.
John, any difference between the academy here and the one that you went through back in New York?
Much different. The size, first of all, I graduated with 1,500 people, and this is just under 60. So we're getting a lot more personal attention, a lot more focus. The training is more hands-on, more in-depth. So already, not even 2 weeks in, I'm learning a lot that I didn't learn over in the other one.
In the little bit of spare time they have, the New York recruits are venturing out and familiarizing themselves with their new home, San Jose.
Right now, I don't know too many places, but I'm starting to learn them a little slowly here and there. It's like I'm asking people around, hey, what's a good place to eat here? What's a good place to eat? Find all sorts of great suggestions from just about everybody and all different kinds of interesting places to go.
In our next episode of Step Into the Blue, it looks so easy on TV. But placing handcuffs on someone and doing it correctly takes a little practice. Plus, you've probably heard the term community policing. but we'll find out what it truly means. And the recruits take aim as they head to the shooting range for the very first time. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Step Into the Blue.